everyone, how are you? Well, today we're going to be talking about the reading session. We're continuing to talk about the reading session. 우리 더 얘기할 건데, 이제 이게 우리는 같이 이제 공부하면서 제일 중요한 게 아까 저번에 얘기했을 때 read main idea였잖아요. 이번에는 그 메인 아이디어가 왜 중요한 것다가 specific detail하게 얘기할 것다 설명할 거예요. 첫 번째, okay. In the reading section, right? Okay. The methodology. 예를 들어 사고 방식 자체가 reading 자체에서는 okay. 이거 시작하기 전에 everyone, I want you guys to get a pen and paper. Okay? 볼펜이나 종이 갖고 와서 준비해 이제 노트 테이킹 해야 돼 이거는. 왜냐면은 이 포인트들은 또 계속 쓸 거야. Okay? So let's start. Okay? Here we go. The first point I want to talk about is the outline format. Okay? 뭐냐면 이게 전체 어떻게 outline 해야 되는 노테이킹 방식을 가르쳐주는 거야, 이거는. Okay? Now, we're going to talk about the previewing method. 이거 어떻게 미리 따라 보고 어떻게 감을 잡는 것 같다 가르쳐주는 건데 이 방법에서 몇 가지가 있어. First of all, I told you before, this is the speed or this is the time test. 이건 시간이 되게 중요한 거니까. Okay? I'm going to show you how to read really, really fast. Okay? 저는 내가 맨날 읽은 속도 똑같은데 왜 어떻게 다르게 설명할 수 있냐고. Well, listen. Okay? First of all, we talk about glancing. Okay? 그럼 glancing이 한국말 통역하면 그냥 스쳐 보는 거잖아. 똑같이 skimming. 좀 조금 더 자세히 보는 건데 그렇지만은 메인 포인트를 잡는 거고 scanning은 전체를 갖다 흐름을 보는 거야. Okay? Then I'm going to talk to you about summary writing. You're like, okay, teacher, this is reading. Why am I doing summary writing? Okay? Because when you're doing the reading, right, the average person basically looks over the reading what they just read. In their mind, they already did a summary. Okay? 리딩을 하다 보면 사람이 흐름이 이거에 대해서구나. 그러면서 머릿속에 어떤 아이디어에다가 전체를 다 봐갖고 서머라이즈 한다고. 근데 그걸 못하면 제일 큰 문제가 나중에 테스트 퀘스천 물어봤을 때는 흐름을 몰라. 흐름이 되게 중요한 거예요. 토플링 and knitting. Okay, so let's go. Okay, here we go. Sample reading methodology. Okay, the outline format. Okay, now I designed is called top left to left, lower right method. Okay, 그 뜻이 뭐냐면은 we call it TLLR. Okay, top left, right? Top left, right? And then you're gonna go down towards far right. Okay, and this is really important because 되게 중요해. 이렇게 안 하면은 너가 어떤 포인트가 어디에서 연결되는지 아무도 몰라. Okay. So first of all, here we go. First, you always have to have a main idea. Okay? 전체 의미 포인트가 뭘까? 그 main idea. Then right below that, you have your major detail. Now, major details support the main idea. Okay? What that means is major detail인 것다가 이 main idea에 잡아내서 너가 저번에 했잖아. 5Ws. 그래서 하고 그 대답이 바로 major detail. Okay? Then right below the major detail, 그거에 대해서 더 자세히 설명했을 때는 we call it minor detail. Okay? Now, minor detail 바로 밑에는 어떤 minor detail, 어떤 포인트 만드는데 간단하게 해서 그 example을 주든가 아니면은 더 자세히 스토리인가 설명하다가 이 사람이 진짜 완벽하게 이해할 수 있게 example 줄 수 있는 거는 we call it supporting detail. Okay? Now you can see 보면은 이렇게 쭉 내려가잖아 오른쪽으로 sorry. Okay? 쭉 내려간다 그러면은 it's like a little angle, right? Okay. Now I did this in a 45-degree angle, 45도지만은 normally most students I know normally do like 70 to 65-degree angle. Okay. So let's take a look at a sample. 너무 간단한 거 해줄게. 이거 많이 국민학교 수준이다. Okay? Okay, let's take a look. Here we go. David was born in Vancouver. Okay? He enjoys reading books and learning about history. History gives him joy and he is interested in the past. The past teaches him to be a better person. Okay? 이거 절대로 안 맞아. I hate reading books, okay? Okay? But thing is, just for the purpose of this example 주려고 하는 거니까 좀 믿어줘 봐. Okay? 첫 번째, Okay, main idea. Okay, a lot of you guys 아직도 저번에 설명한 것과 똑같이. A lot of you guys think the subject is the main idea. Yes, they're talking about David. David에서 얘기하지만은, what about David? Okay, what's the most important? He's born in Vancouver is the most important. Okay, so what about him born in Vancouver? So, main idea has to be David, subject, and the reason behind it has to be the subject. That has to be the main idea. So we put it together, what is it? David equals Vancouver. Okay? Now after that, the next sentence over says here, he enjoys reading books and learning about history. Right? So, what about David from Vancouver? A little bit more detail about him. What is it? Read, learn, history. Right? So, that's got supporting the David Vancouver. Okay? You guys understand up to this point. Now, you're like, okay, more detail would probably be minor detail. Okay, and the next sentence over. History gives him joy, and he is interested in the past. Okay? Now, is it talking about David Kim, or talking about the history? It's talking about history. If you're talking about David Kim, then it has to be shifted over to the left more. Okay? So now, it's actually it's called minor detail. It's giving you the details about the reading, learn history. What does it do? It gives him joy of the past. Okay? 그 다음에 제일 중요한 건 같아. The next one is, the past teaches him to be a better person. Now, 제일 중요한 게, is it talking about the history? Or is it talking about David? It's talking about David as main idea, the whole thing, but it's not talking about history. What is it talking about? The past teaches him, which is connected to why he was interested. Okay? Now this is really interesting. If you take a look at the whole sentence what I just gave you, right? Okay? Now normally 이런 거 다 외국 사람들은 안 해요. 근데 내 말 잘 들어봐. 만약 period을 받아갖고 period에서 큰 단어 3개에서 5개 뒤로 가봐. Okay? For example, here, let's look at the first sentence. Vancouver backwards, Vancouver born, David. So we took out all the was in. What is it? David born Vancouver. Right? 그렇죠? 신기하지? 그게 main idea예요. Next one. Okay, go to the period. period 봤지? history 바로 하는. 그 다음에 history, learn, book, reading, enjoy. Right? So what's the point? Right underneath is what? Enjoy reading books, learning history. That's the second point, isn't it? Then you go to the next one. Go to period. So past. You jump the dot in. Get rid of it. So past, interested, joy, give. Give, joy, interested in past. That's the third point. Last one. Person, better, teach him. Right? So past teaches him, better person. Okay? So now what we did was we got rid of all the articles, unnecessary information. Now, 제일 중요한 건 뭐냐면 그 흐름을 따르면은 중요한 포인트가 어디 있어? 앞에 있어, 뒤에 있어. Sentence 항상 뒤에 있어. Why? Because English always uses a prepositional phrase. Okay? That means we can actually go 5 words from the period backwards, right? Okay? And get 80% of the information. Why not 100? Because English language uses the connection or transition words like but, because, connecting 2 sentences together. Okay? If they're connected, that means you lose one meaning if you do it the way I'm telling you. Okay? 항상 뒤에서 중요한 거야. 되게 중요해. Not just reading. Listening도 뒷부분이 중요한 거지 앞부분이 중요한 거 아니야. Right? So same thing. So now we have the whole thing. No taking. Okay? Let's move on. Okay, now the previewing method is really unique, okay? Now the previewing method also involves taking a look at how the text is organized, okay? Now, you're going to look at it really quickly, okay? Because this is speed reading technique, you have to do glancing, skimming, and scanning, okay? Now, because this is a test, okay? This is not something I give you for homework. You have a couple days to finish, okay? This is a 20-minute test for 5 to 7 passages of paragraphs. Okay, so let's look at it. Okay, now I've been standing here. I'm kind of really tired, so I'm gonna have Ken come up and help me. Okay. So here we go. Reading method and glancing, is defined as, here we go. Okay.
Glancing is a device used to assess the overall reading assignment itself. It is a technique that the reader uses to get a general idea of the layout of the text and the location of information. Glancing can be used to evaluate entire textbooks as well as passage. Glance at the outline that precedes the passage. Read the bold headings, look for checklists or visuals, note the exercise and any summary that closes the passage. And of course, do not forget to count the paragraphs so that you can use time management skills to plan your reading test.
그러니까 되게 중요한 말이야. 왜 그러냐면은 간단하게 해서 첫 번째 glancing 자체는 뭐냐면은 그 패턴이 뭔가, okay? 얘네들 레이아웃을 어떻게 쓰는가, 뭐 introduction 얘네들 categorize 했는지 안 했는지, 이 location 중요한 게 뭐 define is, 뭐 are, 뭐 그런 게 다 들어가 있는지 확인하는 거야. 뭐 is 같은 게 들어갔을 때는 뭐 같아? It's going to be talking about definitions, right? Are, they can talk about definitions. 그치? 똑같이 glancing은 되게 중요한 거는 눈으로 봐갖고 대충 보는 거야. 얘네들이 이런 흐름으로 쓸 것 같다. Okay? Now, if the topic says World War I, topic이 World War I 대 얘기하잖아. 그러면은 뭐가 얘기하거든? Glancing, you automatically do what? 이거는 이제 시간을 옛날에 World War I에서 무슨 일이 상했구나 하고 얘기하겠지 하고 힌트만 잡는 거야. It's just getting a hint. Okay? The next one is actually skimming. Okay, so this is a little bit more detailed. Okay, so Ken, what is skimming?
Skimming is a device used to locate main ideas during the preview stages of reading. Previewing is not a substitute for reading. It is a technique used as a preparation for a more thorough reading of the material. An active reader goes through the text twice in order to have a better understanding of the information being presented. A simple way to practice skimming is to read, as quickly as possible, the first few sentences of every paragraph and the last few sentences of every paragraph. The more you practice this method, the easier it will become because you will find yourself looking for keyverbs and nouns. After skimming, try to formulate a main idea sentence, right in the text, or in your reading notebook.
Okay. skimming을 학생들 다 많이 배웠잖아. 학교에서 많이 가르쳐줬을 거야, 스kim 하라고. first sentence 읽고 last sentence 틀렸어. 제일 중요한 게, first sentence 두 번째 sentence를 딱 같이 읽고, last sentence 두 번째 sentence 찾고 읽어봐. 그리고 제일 중요한 건 되게 빨리 읽어. 어떻게 빨리 읽어? 그럼 나 빼버리고, 날짜 다 빼버리고, 스킵 쭉 읽어봐, 그냥. 그리고 거기에서 메인 아이디어, 전체 내용이 뭐에 대해서 얘기하는가가, 그것만 딱 빼는 게, that's skimming. Okay? I know you guys learned this, right? But the fact is, nobody actually told you how skimming is done. They go, this is skimming. Read the first and last sentence. Read it from the title. That's not the case. Okay? You have to find it, okay, from each point. Okay? You're going to skip words like time, dates, time, numbers, names. You're just going to go through it really, really quickly and just find out exactly what do you think the whole main idea is. Extracting the main idea is the main purpose of skimming. main idea 뽑는 게 제일 중요한 거야. 이거는 못 뽑잖아? 그럼 아무것도 몰라, 그 다음은. 기본도 안 잡히고 이해도 못하고. Okay? And now, the next we talk about is scanning. And scanning, okay, what is it?
Scanning is a device used to locate detail-specific answers to specific questions that may be asked. In order to practice this technique, you must know how information is arranged in a reading. For example, if you are working on a history topic, you should be aware that historical information is often arranged in chronological order or as a cause-effect relationship. When trying to answer questions that begin with the word when, the reader would look in the text for sentences containing words dealing with time markers, before, next, later, prior, or words that suggest a specific time frame, for example, years, months, or time periods. When trying to answer why questions, the reader looks for words that suggest a casual relationship because, for that reason, as a result, consequently. Again, by reviewing the questions before reading the text, you will have some idea of what you will be learning during that more thorough reading.
Yeah, and can is really this is really important. can 진짜 중요한 말이었어. 왜냐면은 when you're looking at something like 뭐 만약 뭐 아까 얘기했던 World War II or World War I이 돼서 그럼 우리 chronological 그 다음에 어떤 순서로 얘기할 거를 얘기하는 거다 그 흠이 잡는 거잖아. 그러면은 아니면은 만약 얘네들이 뭐 example 만약 they're talking about let's say psychology talking about one behavior to another behavior. They're comparing two things, right? automatically you say, 이게 two category 떨어지구나. Okay? 이게 scanning이라는 건데 it's a little bit more detailed than skimming. skimming은 살짝 넘어가고 메인 아이디어 뽑았잖아. 그러면은 scanning은 거기다 너무 자세히 들어가고 이런 흐름으로 얘기하는 거 잡는 거야. Okay? Now, if you look at your question, the question 자체 물어보았을 때는 when did this happen or something happen, right? Then when you're looking for when 같은 뭐로 했을 때는 항상 키워드들이 있어. reading 자체. 뭐를 찾을 것 같아? before, next, later. 그런 것보다는 얘네들 순서로 얘기하구나 하는 게 when으로 시작하는 거야. question 자체 물어봤을 때. 그럼 만약 물어봤을 때는 why does the author 뭐라고 why가 들어갔어. Okay? 그러면 reasoning이 나오는 거잖아. So what is that? It's cause and relationship, right? 그럼 word가 result가 나와. 그리고 keyword 뭐 찾을 것 같아요? because, right? 아니면 for that reason. 아니면 한국말은 그래서가 뭐 so, right? As a result, consequently. These are keyword. 이런 keyword에다가 찾아낼 수 있으면은 you can always answer when and why. Okay? I'm kind of showing you how to cheat, or you should enjoy this, right? I'm showing you how to answer questions in a simpler way, right? Now, this is really important for TOEFL, and preview method is probably the most important part of TOEFL. And one reason why is because your summary writing skills is what we need now. Why? You put all the skimming, glancing, and scanning, and all this put together in your head, right? You found the main idea, right? Now, it's kind of hard because if you actually look at your entire notes, right, then you should be able to look down and read each point and make up a summary writing in one paragraph. You take a five paragraphs passage, right, and you can actually write it down into one paragraph. Just look at your notes, okay? And I want you to. This is how you check. If you can't write the writing, 너 writing은 못 쓰잖아. 네 내용들에서. 말이 안 되잖아? 그럼 간단하게 얘기해서 너 노트기 다 엉망이라는 거야. 그 대신에 라이팅을 할 수 있잖아? 그러면은 넌 포인트 다 잡은 거야. 어떤 선생이 필요 없어. This is how you check. 자기가 라이팅 이거 노트기 제대로 했는지 안 했는지 방법이 이거야. 쓰다 보니까 이거 말도 안 되네. 그러면은 넌 라이팅 잘 못한 거야. 노트기 잘 못한 거야. 아웃라인. 내 아웃라인 갖고 라이팅 할 수 있다. 쉽게. 그러면 you got all the points.